So thanks, everybody, for being here. Good afternoon. I'm here today at the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency with the PEMA Director, PennDOT, Secretary of PennDOT, Pennsylvania State Police officials, and the National Guard to provide a briefing on the impending weather storm Harper, which is expected to affect all of Pennsylvania to some degree in different ways, beginning tomorrow and through Monday, with snow, with sleet, ice, and by Monday, extremely cold temperatures. This storm has the potential to deliver every winter weather option that Mother Nature has. We will be aggressive in managing this storm, during which snowfall rates could exceed between 1 and 2 inches per hour in some areas of the state. My top concern, and the top concern of everybody here, is the safety of the citizens of Pennsylvania. If you don't have to travel, please don't. Please heed the warnings from emergency responders and personnel, and remember to check on your neighbors, especially your elderly neighbors. It's the perfect weekend to do 3 things: stay home, spend time with your family, or read a good book. This morning, I signed a state of emergency declaration to allow for increased assistance with storm-related needs in the state. The declaration of an emergency allows for additional help from neighboring states and standing up the Pennsylvania National Guard to ensure a swift response to possible changing needs. The emergency declaration also authorizes state agencies to use all available resources and personnel as necessary to cope with the magnitude and severity of the storm. The time-consuming bid and contract procedures, as well as other formalities normally prescribed by law, are waived for the duration of the proclamation, so we can move quickly where we have to. It's important to note that the declaration does not restrict citizens from travel on the Commonwealth roadways. At the same time, motorists ought to be aware of restrictions and heed the guidance of local authorities. To further ensure safety, the Commonwealth will impose speed restrictions, will impose a ban on all commercial traffic, including buses, on most interstates and on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. The vehicle bans will allow our snowplow crews to have a clearer route to keep these interstates open despite expected severe winter weather. So again, I urge motorists to use caution during the storm. As I said, postpone your travel if at all possible. Reduce your speeds. Beware of the potential for rapidly changing weather and roadway conditions. Things will change fast at different parts of the state at different times. Stay safe and warm, and know that the Commonwealth is doing everything it can to help weather this storm, no pun intended. Now, to give you an update on PEMA's preparedness, Randy Padfield, the acting director of PEMA, will be next. Randy. There you are.
Thank you, Governor Wolf. First of all, I'd like to echo Governor Wolf's message of safety. It's really key in these types of situations. Obviously, we've been modeling this storm ever before it actually made landfall on the West Coast, working with the state agencies to be able to refine tentative plans throughout the last 3 to 4 days. It's critical for us to be able to assess the impacts and consequences of a storm like this. So we've been working with the various state agencies over the last 3 days to be able to better prepare for this and understand the impacts. As we move forward, today there's been a large flurry of activity. We've conducted county coordination calls with all the counties and the 911 centers to assess their preparedness levels, understand any resource or capability gaps they happen to have, and actually look to close those gaps well in advance of the storm. So we have a resource plan to be able to assist any of those counties that are needed, and we also have open lines of communication. We will be activating the Commonwealth Response Coordination Center with agency representatives from the various state agencies beginning at 0800 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And we will staff the center 24/7 through the duration of the storm and also after the storm to monitor for any additional impacts. This is a very severe storm, it has a lot of potential, and it has a lot of different variables associated with it. The key is for us from a consequence management perspective is to remain flexible and nimble, to be able to monitor for any changes and to be able to respond to those changes in a expeditious fashion, to be able to protect life and safety and to be able to assist the counties with any unmet needs that we have or that they may have. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Secretary Richards from the Department of Transportation to brief on Department of Transportation issues.
Thank you. PennDOT is ready. Our equipment is positioned throughout the state. Our personnel are ready as well. This is a serious event. We have called for a full commercial vehicle ban, except on I-95, because southeastern Pennsylvania is anticipated not to be hit as strongly as the rest of the state. That is the only area that does not have the full commercial vehicle ban. It's the only interstate that does not have it. Again, that's I-95. It will be on from noon Saturday to noon Sunday. We've been working hard with our partners here at Pima, the Turnpike, and State Police to prepare for this weekend storm. We reviewed plans this morning with our 11 engineering districts, and they're all ready to throw our best at this storm, which promises to be challenging, as was already highlighted. But I do want to point out there are points in the storm where we're anticipated we could receive 2 inches per hour, which is always extra challenging in any storm, particularly for our crews and for our plows. I'd love to remind everybody also to stay home if you can, allow our equipment operators, our plow drivers, and our teams to go out there and do what they need to do. The commercial truck ban will help our crews as they work hard to keep the interstates, expressways, and other routes open. But the fact is travel will be very challenging this weekend, and the combination of heavy snow, high winds, sleet, freezing, and plain rain, and then a rapid drop in temperatures on Sunday, which could cause freezing in many areas. We strongly urge people to not travel unless you have to, especially in northern parts of our state. If you must travel, please check 511PA for the latest conditions and see information, including the locations of our plows. Be prepared for extreme conditions and expect delays along your route. Always think safety first and drive according to conditions, not according to your schedule, particularly this weekend. Thanks so much. We're out and ready for the storm, but we would love your help, and that means please stay home if you don't need to be out. Thank you very much.